Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning back in. Before we get started on my 5 tips on how to grow hair, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and like this video. I wanted to share 5 tips with you guys that I believe has helped grow my hair. Disclaimer, everybody's hair is different, everybody's hair texture is different, everybody's body is different. So what works for me may not work for you, but it doesn't hurt to try. So my first tip is having a balanced diet and staying hydrated. Now, before I get into why those 2 things are important, I just want to let you guys know that back in 2017, I made a drastic diet change. I kind of went the paleo route, but it's not 100% paleo, I don't believe. Either way, I decided to give up all red meat, so no more pork, no more beef, and I also gave up dairy. Now, I have cheated a little bit with dairy every so often. I can't eat apple pie without ice cream. And those things at BJ's, oh, what are they called? I don't know, but I can't eat those without ice cream either. So I do cheat every so often, but it's very, very rare and it messes my stomach up. But either way, I made that drastic change back in 2017, so I am going 4 years strong with it. And on top of eliminating dairy and red meat, I also mainly only drink water all day, every day. Sometimes I have apple juice or orange juice, but for the most part, all I drink is water. And I don't consume a lot of sweets. For some reason, I just don't have a sweet tooth anymore like I did when I was a kid. It makes a difference, y'all. It really, really does. So going back to tip number 1, you need certain nutrients in your diet to really help promote hair growth. So having a balanced diet is not only going to help promote hair growth, it's also going to strengthen your hair. So you want to be able to include food items that consist of vitamin C, vitamin A, iron, folate, carotene, omega-3s. You want to really make sure the foods that you are consuming have those types of nutrients in it. There are so many more nutrients that will help your hair, but those are some key ones that you should really try to incorporate into your diet. Now, if you're unsure of what type of things to eat that incorporate those things, then I would suggest eating eggs, fish such as salmon, sweet potatoes. Those are really high in carotene, and green leafy stuff such as spinach or kale. And I know that just doesn't sound very appetizing, but trust me, you can really spice up some meals with those couple of things and have a really, really, really good meal. Trust me, I've been doing it for years now. So, hey, the healthy ways to go. And on top of that, staying hydrated. It's just important. It really helps to grow your hair. You gotta think, when you stop hydrating your hair, it literally halts the growth. Your hair is like a plant. You can't go weeks and months and months and months without watering your plants, or what's gonna happen? They're gonna start to shrivel up and die. So treat your hair like it's a plant. Water it, drink water. And on top of that, make sure you guys aren't consuming too much sugar or alcohol, because those 2 things can lead to hair loss. Tip number 2, scalp massages. So I give myself a scalp massage every day, well, every night I should say, before I go to sleep. Some days I do miss because, I don't know, maybe I'm just too tired and I want to go to sleep, but for the most part, every single night before I go to sleep, I give myself a scalp massage using a little bit of Jamaican black castor oil. I'll put a little bit on my fingertips and I'll just gently go through and massage my scalp. Now, if you live with your significant other, or you're married or whatever, or you got a best friend that will do this, have them give you the scalp massage, because although scalp massage on yourself feels good, having somebody else do it feels even better. Seriously. But scalp massages increase the blood circulation, and it also strengthens your hair follicles. But just make sure when you are doing the massages that you are being gentle with it and you're not being rough, because you don't want to end up pulling out any of your hair from being too rough with the massage. Tip number 3, protective styles. So protective styling can be done in so many different ways. You can have 2-strand twist, Senegalese twist, you can have braid outs or box braids. You know, it's just kind of what your preference is. Preferably, I just like to do 2-strand twist and braid outs, because I just don't feel like adding hair to my hair all the time. But when I am in the mood to add hair to my hair, I'll do 2 feed-in braids, or maybe 3 feed-in braids, or 4, or whatever. But usually it's just 2. Now, protective styling is a way to preserve your hair. And it's definitely a way to protect your ends, because obviously your ends are the oldest part of your hair, and you got to be really gentle with the ends, or it can have breakouts and whatnot. Breakage. It can cause breakage. But also, protective styling is just a way of low manipulation to your hair. The less that you mess with your hair, the less breakage you're gonna have. Just think of it that way. Like you don't want to keep messing with your hair over and over and over and over again. You want to be able to let it breathe, let it grow, let it do what it needs to do what it do in order for it to grow. Tip numero 4. Number 4. Stay away from heat. So I'm not telling you guys not to put heat on your hair at all. I'm not saying that, because honestly, I can't even do that. I need to straighten my hair a couple times a year just because I want to, and because my hair actually talks to me and says, hey, straighten me. So I do. I just make sure when I am putting heat on my hair directly, so when I say directly, I mean flat iron or with a curling iron or something like that, then I use a heat protectant. My favorite heat protectant is argan oil. I've been using argan oil for years. I recently changed which product I use, but argan oil has been my go-to for a very long time. Just know that if you are putting a lot of heat on your hair, then that's gonna cause some heat damage, especially if you're not protecting it. So just always think, less heat equals less breakage. And my last tip, number 5, whoop whoop, is deep conditioning, y'all. Deep conditioning. I didn't know what deep conditioning was until a couple of years ago, really, probably about 2018. I've always seen it on different bottles saying deep conditioner or hair mask or whatever, but I never really knew what it was. I was the lost natural that just had no idea for a very long time. But once I started to do my research a little bit and started to watch more YouTube videos and really figure out like what it is, I really started to take to it. So in 2018 is when I really started to deep condition my hair, and I started to do it on a weekly basis. Now I have not been very consistent with it for probably a year now. So I was consistent with it for a couple of months, and then once season started, I just didn't have much time to do it. So I haven't really been consistent since then, but I plan to be consistent again very soon. Either way, when I did start to do it every week, y'all, I really noticed a difference. Like my hair, you can just tell it was getting thicker, it was more manageable, it was growing. Like you can really tell the difference that it was making on my hair. So if you don't know any of the key benefits of deep conditioning your hair, let me tell you. So deep conditioning penetrates the hair shaft, causing it to be more shiny, more elastic, and more manageable. Those 3 things are key to having natural hair, because I know nobody wants to have dry, brittle, natural hair, and nobody wants their hair to be unmanageable. So those are the 3 top key components, in my opinion, that deep conditioning does. Now, I also wanted to share with you guys my top 3 deep conditioners. These are usually the 3 that I use. I've used other ones before, but these are really my go-to. So number 3 is Shea Moisture. It is the Curl and Shine hair mask, and it's made for thick curly hair. Now this one, I really do like this one. It does help my hair become more manageable, but I will say I'm not sure if I'm going to continue to use it, only because I did recently find out that they are no longer Black owned. So I'm nervous that whoever is owning them now may change the ingredients and the formula, and I just don't want to go through that. But as of today, this is my 3rd favorite deep conditioner. Number 2, it's empty, is Eden Body Works Natural Hair Mask Treatment. When I became natural years ago, back in 2012, 2013, Eden Body Works is the first brand that I really took seriously and really started to use on my natural hair. So this one has always been a go-to for me, and for the longest time it was number 1, but I'm sorry, it did get pushed down to number 2, but it's still one of my favorite ones. I love the consistency of it, and I love how it makes my hair feel afterwards. And number 1, drum roll please, is my their Rosemary Mint Strengthening Hair Mask. You guys have seen this showcased in 2 of my other videos, I'm pretty sure, maybe 3, I don't remember. But I love this hair mask. I don't know what type of hair crack Mael puts in here, but y'all, this does some good stuff to my hair. My hair feels like a whole another thing after I use it. If you haven't used it, try it out. And I know there's some stuff going on with Mael right now, but I'm not gonna knock their products, period. I'm just not. It works great for my hair, and I'm gonna continue to use what works great for my hair. If it stops working for my hair, then hey, I won't use it. But either way, I do suggest trying this one out. Having the mint in it really stimulates your scalp when you're putting on it, and it just smells really good at the end of the day too. And going along with deep conditioning, since I didn't mention it earlier, make sure you guys leave the deep conditioner in for 15 minutes up to even an hour if you want to. Some people leave deep conditioners in through the night. I don't do that because, I don't know, I just don't like getting my pillows wet and whatnot. But I definitely suggest a minimum of 15 minutes, maximum of an hour. And when you do, I would put either a shower cap on or a plastic bag over your head and try to sit under the dryer as well, so that you can heat it up, and that helps to really penetrate the hair shaft. But I'm gonna end my video here. I am so happy that you guys stuck with me to the end. Please leave a comment down below for me. Tell me what you think. Tell me what your thoughts are, and tell me if you have any concerns. Let's have a conversation. And outside of that, you know, after you leave a comment, just make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, and I will definitely catch you guys next time with my next video.